Unit 3, and that's estimating. Okay? Just like when we were doing whole numbers and we had to estimate, I was telling you that teaching estimation is not my favorite thing because it's not something that's black and white, unless the directions say estimate these numbers to the nearest hundreds before adding or multiplying or whatever operation you may be doing. So I feel like that's probably the reason I dislike teaching estimation in comparison to other things, because it's vague. It's not a black and white thing. You just have to use logical reasoning, and at this age, you know, that's still a skill that we're developing, so that's a hard concept for some of us sometimes. But I do want to go ahead and touch on it because there is important vocabulary that we need to know with this lesson. But I will tell you, for the most part, when you take your test or if you take a quiz or anything like that, for me, I'm not going to focus a lot on estimating. You might have a problem or two just to show me that you can estimate, but typically I'll say estimate this to the nearest tens or the nearest hundreds, which at that point would make it very similar to rounding. Okay? Rounding and estimating are pretty similar in how we think about what we're actually doing with numbers. Okay? So, when you look across your page, I'm on 62 and 63. I see two words that are highlighted in yellow. I see an underestimate and I see an overestimate. Okay? So very quickly in your groups, discuss those two words to see if you can come up with what you think they mean. Okay, back to me. Raise your hand if you think you can give me a good 5th grade definition of what overestimating or underestimating is. Lene, what do you think? It's below the... Can anybody help her out just a little bit? Alexa, what do you think? Okay, but let's compare the answer. If I have an answer that is an underestimate, that's below the... There we go. Below the actual answer. Okay? A-N-S-W-E-R. So if I have an overestimate, that means it's the estimated answer is over or more than the actual answer. Okay, so those are two important vocabulary words. Leslie, folks, these will be words that we do need to make sure that we understand. Okay, because I may give you a problem where I do all the work and then I just ask you, did I just get an overestimate or an underestimate? And so you would have to know what these two words mean. Okay, when we look at problems throughout our book here, if we just go with the sample problem that they give us, it says that we can use estimate. What? Okay, go real life here for a minute. Why would I use estimating? Or why would an adult use estimating? What do you think, Elliot? So you could estimate it. Okay, I guarantee you, okay, I won't guarantee you, but I would almost guarantee you that if you went home and you said, Mom, Dad, Aunt, whoever does the grocery shopping in your house, if you ask them, when you're shopping, do you ever estimate what your bill might be? Do you ever think about how much money you're going to be spending before you ever get to the cash register? Okay, as an adult, I'm very guilty of that. You know, when I'm buying vegetables, canned goods, whatever I might be buying at the grocery store, I keep a running total in my head of about what I think that bill might be. By, you know, if a can costs 97 cents, I might just go ahead and figure $1 in my head, estimating it to be $1 versus 97 cents. Okay? Why would I want to do that? Well, but food items don't have tax. Why would I want to do that, Caleb? Yeah, it's a lot easier to add $1 plus. I might say if something's $3.99 or $3.89, I might go ahead and say that's pretty close to. It's a lot easier to add $1 plus $4 than it is 97 cents plus $1 or $3.89. I would rather add 1 plus 4, right? Okay, I'm estimating each of those. Okay, so I might want to estimate because if I get up there and in my head I estimated that my bill should be right around $100 and they tell me 146, either I'm not very good at estimating or something went wrong, maybe on their side. Maybe they rang something twice or a price is marked wrong or something like that. So it could save you money in the end or anything like that. There are lots of other times that we would want to use to estimate numbers, but that's probably like a real life example that, you know, even if you're clothes shopping or something like that, chances are whoever you're shopping with has an estimate of what this bill is going to be because they know how much money they have to spend, right? Okay? What? Yeah. Exactly. Okay, except we're going to do it with multiplication now. Okay, so we're a little bit past adding, now we're going to multiplication. I think that'd be great. So, a couple quick examples. It gives us, I have 525, and I want to multiply it by 31. Okay? I don't want an actual answer. I want to get an estimated answer. So I have a general idea of how much I need of something. Okay? So when I look at 525, to me, since this is a bigger number, I want to estimate that. You know how we covered mental math yesterday with multiplying with zeros, how easy that was? Well, how easy it can be. Okay? So I want to think about how I can get these numbers easy to multiply. Okay? And if I have zeros, that's about as easy as it gets. So I would probably estimate this number to be 500. Okay? If I look at 31, what do you think I would estimate this one to be? 30. Okay? Look at this. How similar does this look to what we did yesterday? Okay? We talked about taking our non-zero digits. 5 times 3 is? 15. Okay? Then I have a 0, and a 0. So I have how many total? 3. So how many am I going to add to the end? 3. Now what's my next step?
Add the comma.
I have to start at the end, go 3 places to the left, put a comma. Okay? Let's think about these numbers. I have 525 that I rounded down to 500. And I have 31 that I rounded down to 30. Here's my question for you, thinking back to our vocabulary. Is this estimated answer an underestimate or an overestimate? Please whisper to someone in your group. Okay? I'm pretty happy because I'm hearing all of you saying underestimate, but who can verify that? Who can prove it? How do you know, Caleb H? Okay. Great. If I rounded both of these numbers down, I'm going to automatically have an underestimate. Okay? Very quickly, let's do one more problem. All right, if I have 39 times 58, okay? If I were going to estimate this, I'm up here. If I were going to estimate this, I would probably take 39 to what? Probably to 40. $58 I would probably take to 60. Okay. Back to the same thing we did yesterday. 4 times 6 is? How many zeros am I adding? 2. Next step? Right here? Oh. 1, 2, 3. Right here. So 2,400. Here's a trick question. It's not really a trick question, but you really have to think about it. Is this an underestimate or an overestimate? Over. Over? Okay, I rounded this one up. I rounded this one up. It is an overestimate. Yeah, I was just being facetious. Okay, what if this was, very quickly, hypothetically. Hypothetically means, we're going to make this up, okay? What if this was 43 and I took it down to 40? Okay, listen. When it comes to that, where one number's going up and one number's going down, you have to look at the amount of change. How much did you change this estimate from 43 to 40? Okay, I went down 3. How much did I change from 58 to 60? A change of 3 is more than a change of 2. I went down, so it would be an underestimate. Okay? If both numbers are changing, one's going down and one's going up, you need to look at the amount of change that's taking place. From 43 to 40, I went down 3 numbers, or I estimated it down 3 numbers. From 58 to 60, I estimated it up 2 numbers. Okay? Going down 3, or a change of 3, is more than a change of 2, right? Underestimate. Yes? As far as the change up or down? Are you asking if you would put overestimate or underestimate? Yeah. You would just have to, you might actually have to do the math then if you want an exact answer to see if it's going to be bigger or less than the actual answer. Sometimes it depends on the amount of change. Sometimes you're going to get the exact same. You could put none. It's not up or it's not down. Or could, yep. All right, so I'm going to run out of time here on this little thing, so I'm going to pause that. I expect this homework to be written in your agenda book. Some of you are not paying attention. Okay? I expect this homework to be written in your agenda book. You have 8 math problems, and you have a Southeast Region state test tomorrow.